Okay, and hopefully I can have resolved whatever technical issues. If they come up again, I'll just deal with them as they come along. One of the hazards of streaming live. Um, so hopefully the eye on him. Okay, just double checking that I have everything set up. So, Varus holds fast to his ideals. He will not be swayed from his path. Yeah, hopefully I don't have any issues with that overheating or whatnot. You know, a serious dropped FPS. Okay, 12 have mercy, but for Lady Alizé's timely interjection, we might well have come to blows at the negotiating table. Not that Emperor Varus left us a great many options. Is unconditional surrender all he will accept? Do you think? Ere he arrived, I'd have said yes, but having heard him speak, I cannot help but think he came with some other end in mind. Exactly. He's building up to something. I know it. How then should we approach the rest of the parley? Have you anything to say, Warrior of Light? Invite Varus to explain himself. Say nothing of Xenos or the Ascians. Mentioning Xenos and the Ascians might anger him, but letting him come to speak of it himself it might benefit. You believe he is more apt to reveal the truth if we put him at ease? Mayhap you are right. Thank you, Myrokos. Okay. I will say this for Varus, he is well versed in Eorzean history. His interest in our affairs is that of a beast in its prey. The conqueror would know his enemies. All should know their enemies, yet there is much and more we do not know of the Empire. I'm sure Varus would be happy to tell you more, then it's up to us to change that, here and now. Ha! You would have me ask the Emperor himself? Well, mayhap there is some wisdom to that. If we can skirt the storm of his displeasure, we may yet come to our answers, even if it does mean sailing close to the wind. Okay, fingers crossed we don't have any more overclocking issues or whatever. You've spoken with everyone then? Good. Now all that remains is to await the pleasure of the Emperor and hope we fare better at the second attempt. You know, on some level, having that FPS job was good because it forced me to pause for a moment. So it's very, very atmospheric that way.
Now then, who would have the floor?
Straight to
Before
business.
we resume, I wish to offer you an apology. After you graciously accepted our invitation to discuss an armistice, we have done naught but rebuke you at every opportunity. I believe I speak for all of us when I say we are deeply sorry for our discourtesy.
I'll admit your familiarity with our affairs surprised me, and served to remind me how little I know of yours.
I think all here can understand the desire to reclaim one's homeland. But why expand further? That is my question.
If I may, the answer can be found in the Imperial doctrine they took great pains to impart to my people. Recognizing the threat Icons posed the world, Solus Zos Galvus decreed that they were to be eradicated. To this end, he began a campaign to unite all lands under the Garlean banner. Or so we were taught. Yet the Emperor only reached the burn, the Baron said to have been laid waste by Icons, after conquering all the lands that lay between. What is more, I am quite certain the practice of summoning was not nearly so widespread in the days before the Empire's founding.
When you put it like that, it all starts to sound like an excuse, doesn't it? But to distract from what? Why are you really waging this war?
Finally, you ask the right question. I can but hope you heed mine answer, and at last accept the righteousness of our cause. My goal is this: to return the world to the way it once was, the way it was always meant to be. In doing so, mankind will be made whole once more. No longer will we suffer from the dissension born of our differences. There will be but one race, a perfect race, as we were when time began.
What in Rolga's name are you talking about?
I am talking about the origins of this star, of the source and its 13 reflections. At the instant of the great sundering, 'twas not only the world that was shattered, but mankind itself. Thus were we divided into myriad races, each with its own unique imperfections. That is why man looks upon his neighbor and feels fear and hatred, why he wages war, why he kills his brother. You all in your own way have proven as much today. The peace you seek is but a fleeting solution to a fundamental problem. One which calls for more drastic measures. To bring about everlasting peace, our worlds must be rejoined. That is the goal the Empire would see realized. The glorious future unto which we shall one day shepherd mankind.
A rejoining of worlds.
I have heard this tale of the Source and its reflections before.
Are these not the selfsame desires as the Ascians?
Emperor Varus, do not trust in their words. They will lead you to your doom. My father thought to use them, but in the end he succumbed to their temptations. He embraced summoning like so many other pawns before him. Do not tell us you mean to do the same.
To be a pawn, free from the burden of choice, would be a blessing. But I forswore that privilege the day I learned that the Gallian Empire was built by the hand of an Ascian.
What?
Yes. My grandsire, the former Emperor, is of their number. And who better to build an empire capable of bringing about the calamitous change we desire? Would you condemn me for this alliance? For bowing to the will of these shadowy masters, when the prize is true and lasting peace?
Prize is a lie. Your master's demons will stop you and the Ascians no matter the cost. We're trying to win him over to find a peace, so the first one sounds better.
I come not to conquer, but to liberate. To free man from the prison of divergence. Imagine a world united. One perfect race beneath a single standard. An army before whose might these servants of darkness and light would fly as leaves in a storm, never again to meddle in man's affairs. We would be the masters of our own fate. I bid you join me, not as subjects of Garlemald, but of a new nation. And together we shall win freedom for ourselves and generations yet unborn.
You want to trigger another half-dozen calamities? You can't be serious!
Have you forgotten how many died? There will be no one left!
Do you truly imagine we would aid you in your bloodletting?
It is unthinkable! Unconscionable!
And what is the alternative? To be as cattle waiting for slaughter? I would have us work together, that we might take fate into our own hands!
Into your hands, perhaps? But what of the other worlds, your radiance? With every calamity, you obliterate a star and every soul that dwells on it.
To the Ascians, we are all but tiny, momentary specks within an indifferent universe. We cannot hope to oppose them until we have been made whole once more.
Are these truly the words of Garlemald's ruler? The flaws and foibles which you so abhor are what make us who we are. Every nation, even yours, Emperor Varys, is made whole through the combination of these imperfections, the strengths of one compensating for the weaknesses of another. While it is true that man succumbs all too often to anger and avarice, he may yet overcome his baser instincts through the forming of bonds with others, fostering community and cooperation. that the protector of an empire should not only reject these fundamental truths, but seek to change them at so dear a cost to life is indefensible. Such a man is not fit to govern.
And you, warrior of light, would you refuse me as well?
We cannot condone such a loss of life. We can defeat the Assassins as we are.
It would seem the Alliance is of one mind on this matter.
You Eorzeans never cease to disappoint me. Though I suppose I have only myself to blame for expecting more from savages. This discussion is at an end. I bid you make ready for our next meeting. It will not be at the negotiating table.
We suspected Assassins meddled in the shadows of the Empire, but the truth is far beyond my wildest imagining. At least now we know the face of our enemy and need not hesitate to strike at its heart. I am glad we arrived in time to aid in the battle. Though our vanguard may be small, these few are our chosen elite, the finest warriors of the forest. His grand plan is to bring about more calamities. This is insanity. This madman must be stopped at all costs. The Empire exists to wage war, and war it shall have, but its vast armies pour in like the tides themselves. This could very well be the greatest military threat Eorzea has ever faced. I was born in the Empire, but I will never serve the Emperor. Only the Seed Seer commands my loyalty. Oh, so he was from the Empire. That's interesting. I refuse the Emperor's words with all my being. What justice is there in an ideal that demands the sacrifice of so many? Now that we have learned the Emperor's true purpose, war has become an inevitability. 'Tis times like these I curse my own uselessness in battle. It makes a twisted kind of sense that the Empire was built by the Chaos Bringers themselves. The revelation yet rattles me, but now that we know our enemies are one and the same, we have a target upon which to unleash the full force of the Alliance. Send me to the front lines, if you please. We'll have the Imperials we'll give the Imperials a taste of the Maelstrom's cannons, not to mention my axe. Slash turn. And last but certainly not least, the Assassins are terrible beings indeed. That they would found an entire nation to further their dark designs. It would seem that the Empire's history is as sinister as Ishgard's own. The Temple Knights have been deployed in full strength. Eorzea's future is Ishgard's future, and our fates ride upon the outcome of this conflict. That's all of the named NPCs here. Talk to Lace. I came back to find Doma's advance party ready and waiting for battle. So as worrying as our little chat with the Emperor was, I did buy enough time for at least some of our allies to arrive. Yeah, I don't think anybody else has it. Okay, the face of war. Having listened to Emperor Varys' maniacal plans, Lys is ready to go to war.
I'm not sure what I was expecting from our meeting with the Emperor, but it wasn't that. Still, at least we know now what he's really after.
Aye, a future built on a mountain of bodies. I too want the Ascians dead, but not at any cost.
The last of the reinforcements from Doma arrived not long ago. I pray it will be enough. Given the Emperor's stated goal, this is a battle we can ill afford to lose.
If the Garleans come in force, we may not have much say in the matter, even with our combined strength.
We knew from the first that the odds would be against us. But if there is even the slightest chance of victory, we must do everything in our power to seize it.
Yep.
We must seize it, full stop.
Here!
The two of you are to join an irregular unit and support the main host. I won't bother asking if you're minded to fight.
After coming this far, how could I not? And for once, there's no one around to countermand me. Not that they would. Not even my brother. But we all know who really make the difference. Ready to frighten some Garleans?
I wouldn't want to be on their side.
Might I ask you to accompany the Dorman contingent? They are strangers here, and your presence would do much to raise their spirits.
We would be honored.
When our people stride out with you in their midst, I dare say the Eorzeans will feel an ilm taller themselves. High spirits have a way of spreading.
What I wouldn't give to join you. But my duties as field commander will not allow it. I'll leave the front lines in your capable hands. Comrades, ready your arms. The hour of battle has come. May the crystal guide us to victory!
Since the others couldn't be here, we'll have to fight twice as hard. If Alphinaud wakes to find the Imperials have won, I shall never hear the end of it.
It's assuming you live long enough for that.
It's strange. I thought I would be terrified when the fighting started. I should be terrified. But with you at our side, I can't help feeling everything is going to be all right. So please, don't you dare leave me alone. No matter what happens, we have to survive together.
Well, my duties as field commander demand that I remain at my post, but I have no doubt the front lines are in capable hands, and everybody else has already taken to the field by the looks of it. I've already got maximum number of poetics, but eh. I don't need any, so I'll just queue up. I need to clean up my inventory. It's not too terribly cluttered, but my here's open. I don't have frames per second drop. Okay. Here we go. Sorry, my cat just jumped up.
Forward! Forward!
Oh, you're just standing there. Okay. Did I get hit by that? Oh, yeah, black mage, I do not move. I do.
I shan't hold back!
Was that Pepin? Yeah, that was Pepin. I thought I recognized the voice. Ooh, that's a big one. I would imagine that once this ended up in once this is released in the duty support system, that it would be you, Alize, and a couple of donuts. To cast. Feels like it should be. Oh man, we lost our healer. The boss is it.
You underestimate me!
Kanisena. Oh man, Kanisena's taken some damage. Where is her stalwart protector? Oh. Where's her personal bodyguard?
Out of my way!
one!
Another one. Oh man, that took like half of my health.
Time to get serious!
Least used monk limit break? Nice. Did I actually get anything out of that? In terms of loot? I don't think so. But it was fun. It was very well thought out. I'll give them that.
There you are, and none the worse for wear.
Indeed. I had hoped we might do more to help, but there seems to be no one left to fight.
A tactical withdrawal, perhaps?
We should give chase. Finish them off while we have the chance. Imagine the other surprise when they wake to find the war already won.
Not again.
The light will expunge all life. Only you can forestall the calamity. Throw wide the gates.
No! 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 Not like...
What is happening?
Oh no. Don't tell me. Are you all right? Quickly! We must get her back to the encampment.
Well, that's done. Alice is being cared for at the infirmary. Would that there were more we could do for her. What now? This exchange was nothing more than a test of strength. Like as not, they won't be taking any chances now that the Emperor has joined the fray. They'll want to take their time, whittle down our defenses. Still, with your help and that of our Eastern allies, we've passed the first test. Our line is unbroken. As for Alize, well, she's in good hands over at the infirmary. My lord, the chirurgeons have completed their examination of Mistress Alize, and it is as we feared. She is locked in a slumber without any outward cause. Now it's all on me. Just like the others? Damn it all. I, the Guardians, picked a fine time to come knocking. 5 scions incapacitated and the enemy on our doorstep. I cannot spare the men to assist in the search for a cure. The best I can do is see to it that Alize is escorted safely back to the Rising Stones. Yugiri and I would return to our encampment. The main contingent of our forces from the Far East is under sail, and all must be made ready for their arrival. I'll not keep you then. Seriously, what is going on? I'm starting to panic inside. Judging by the Guardians' recent movements, or lack thereof, they won't be launching another offensive in the immediate future. You should return to the Rising Stones. Given the plight of your fellow scions, I can understand if you feel on edge. That's putting it mildly. But you'll be no good to anyone without rest. Go on now. Rest. You've more than earned it. We'll contact you the moment the Guardians show any sign of stirring. I'm gonna check in on Ralga's Reach and see if Aaron is still there. I need to talk to someone. I just need to say hi. Oh my goodness, what's going on? Seriously, what is going on here? Hi, Arnvald, you've missed a bunch. I've heard of the misfortune which befell young Alphino, and it pains me that I've neither the skills nor knowledge to be of help to him. I can't but do my part to defend Eorzea and ensure the world is no worse off on the day he finally awakens. Seeing as we're okay, these two are still okay. So at least Arnvald had new dialogue. Nothing to do for it except go to the Rising Stones. You're going to have one more to sleep over. So nobody knows then. Oh dear. Myrokos, welcome home. Word has it you and Mistress Alize, gave the Guardians quite a thrashing. Speaking of whom, where is Mistress Alize? I was certain she would have returned by now. She's unconscious. Oh dear. By the 12, not her too. Oka and I will ready the infirmary for her arrival. We will also need to send a message to Tataru post-haste. Would that I had something other than grim tidings to share with her. And with you too, for that matter. It grieves me to report that the Archon's condition remains unchanged. As we speak, Coltene, Kryl, and Master Matoya continue to explore every possible avenue. Alas, their efforts have yet to bear fruit. But all is not lost. You are still hale and whole, after all, though I suspect you must be tired from your journey. You should rest, my friend. Leave the worrying to us. For the time being, at least. Okay, when the game tells you to rest, you know it's serious. Meanwhile, at the borders of Alamigo, a brief reprieve. Corey Boulder's sullen expression suggests that he has no news to share, which in this case may not mean good news. Ah, Myrokos, you are a welcome face indeed in these troubled times. Though if you've come to inquire about our stricken brothers and sisters, I am afraid I have naught to report. Coltonay and the others continue tireless search for answers. I, too, have done all in my power to assist them, alas. My apologies for the intrusion. I was told Master Alphino had been brought here and wished to see if his condition had improved. Improved? It's unchanged. Oh! Maxima. Mr. Myrokos, I've heard about the part you played in driving back the Empire's forces. Thank you. That you were able to stop them, if only for a short while, gives me hope. I realize how strange such words must sound coming from a Garlean's lips, but I speak them out of love, the love I bear for my people, for my homeland. Because I wish to see an end to the bloodshed. That is why I chose to share all that I know with the Alliance. Though I will surely be branded a traitor, I am content to bear that ignominy. 'Twill seem a small price to pay if it helps to prevent this conflict from escalating any further. But enough of my prattling. The war is not what brought me all this way. I came to see Master Alphino. An acquaintance of Myrokos and Alphino, are you? Well, far be it for me to turn away good company. If you'll follow me, sir. Okay, he's unconscious. You're not going to find him talkative. When word reached to me that Alphino had returned, it seemed only right that I visit him. Poor lad, it pains me to see him thus, but I take solace in the knowledge that he is safe and well cared for. He fought valiantly at the burn. The populares could not have wished for a more committed ally. I know not how he came to be so afflicted, but I pray a cure will be found soon. On an unrelated note, you may be interested to know that I traveled here in the company of another acquaintance of yours. He awaits my return at North Silvertier. I am certain he would be glad to see you, assuming you can spare the time, that is. Who do you suppose is waiting for him at North Silvertier? Good question. Nothing new there, and presumably Coltonay has nothing new as well. The sickness which plagues Alphino and the others is unlike anything I've ever seen. To see them as they are and be powerless to help them, it is a pain beyond words. Well, that's new dialogue. First off, let me repair, because I have a feeling I'm going to need it. Not right away, mind you, but soon. Usually in a pre-patch like this, you get a trial, you get a dungeon and a trial or a duty of some sort. yeah, either a trial or a duty. I said North Silver Tier, not South, so that's the Enterprise Excelsior. Sid! It's Sid! Alright, I can't go up there. Okay. Ah, there you are. I was beginning to think you would not come. It sounds like you've been through the mill. You should have called me. Though I must confess, tracking down missing souls isn't exactly within my field of expertise. It's good to see you, Sid. It's good to see a familiar face. Yeah. As you may have surmised, I heard much of Master Garland growing up in Garlemald. Indeed, he has long been a source of inspiration to me. Most Garlands would say he is a traitor, that he turned his back on his country. We of the Populares, however, consider him a revolutionary, a man willing to defy the Emperor's dreams of subjugation, that his inventions might bring about a better future for all mankind. Please, revolutionary is a term best reserved for my work. I am but an Imperial defector who thought to aid another Imperial defector. Whatever Master Garland says, I am humbled to find myself in such distinguished company. Speaking of distinguished company, we heard from Raubon that you ran into an old friend in the burn. Is it true Gaius still lives? Yep. Like most in the army, I never had the privilege of seeing the legatus without his mask. To think I walked halfway across the burn in the presence of the Black Wolf. And he claimed to have severed ties with the Empire to hunt Ascians, did he? After his humbling at the Praetorium, one would think he'd have the good sense to stay dead. Should we meet again, I'll be sure to tell him so. Commander Alden also spoke of the Alliance's meeting with the Emperor. Though I still labor to believe what he told us. Did His Radiance really claim that Garlemald was founded by the Ascians? Yes. Yes, he did. But that is madness! The very notion is absurd. Every fiber of my being rails against it, and yet I see there is no escaping the truth. From the very founding of my homeland, my brothers and sisters have laid down their lives in service to a lie. The Ascians must be stopped to save my people, to save all peoples. For all the Empire's many crimes, even I did not suspect. Had I known, I would have left a lot sooner. But that is in the past. Here, in the present, we must apply ourselves to the problem of how the Empire's ambitions may be thwarted, not only in Eorzea, but in the Far East as well. The Ironworks will spare no effort to achieve that end. Sirius Wall was a good start, but we can do more, and we will. We'll show them what it means to achieve freedom through technology. Begging your pardons, I bear a message for the Warrior of Light. What now? Commander Alden requests your presence at Alliance headquarters in Alamigo. He would discuss matters of strategy at your earliest convenience. Ah yes, the inevitable messenger. I knew it wouldn't be long before duty called you away. Time no doubt being of the essence, could I tempt you to ride aboard the Excelsior? If there's a faster way to Robon's side, I will personally apologize to the commander for keeping him waiting. Ooh, I'll go ahead and take a ride. I too will make for the border anon. If there is aught I can do to help, I consider it my duty to see it done. I swear, every time you board my airship, you seem to be barreling headlong into danger, and every time you somehow contrive to emerge victorious, which of course is an admirable skill. But no one is invincible, Myrokos, not even you, so please take care of yourself out there. I pray you remain safe on the front lines. Though ill-equipped to join the fray, I shall do all I can to assist from headquarters. My colleagues and I have been tasked with evacuating casualties by air. See that you aren't among them, eh? Touch wood. Like, for a very long time. Sid. A requiem for heroes. Despite the apparent urgency of Robon's summons, the Resistance fighter seems content to wait for your signal to proceed. Commander Alden is waiting, sir. It would be best if we proceed to Alliance headquarters at once. Are you ready? Yep. Oh no, I see it. Oh, it's a duty halo. Oh, I knew there was something coming. You're here. Good. I summoned you to discuss strategy, but first I would apprise you of the Guardian's movements. Upon speaking with Robon, several cutscenes of God, the words. Okay, upon speaking with Robon, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Fortunately, I'm not queued in Duty Finder. You know what? I'm gonna step away, take a small breather, get up, stretch your legs if you haven't already. I feel like I need a moment before doing this. Okay. Took a little break. Got some water. Let's do this. You're here, good. I summoned you to discuss strategy, but first I would apprise you of the Guardian's movements. Upon speaking with Orban, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Okay, let's go. For good or ill.
There have been several skirmishes along the border, but as yet neither side has delivered a decisive blow. We had long assumed that the Garleans would overwhelm us in a straight fight, but we seem to be gaining ground, albeit slowly.
Okay, I'm just gonna let it ride.
As to why that might be, the most likely explanation is that they have yet to commit all their forces. Still, we're winning, and our latest intelligence suggests the Emperor has retreated back to Garlemald. In light of this, we're considering launching an offensive with the aim of pushing the front line forward and giving ourselves some room to breathe.
Commander! The Imperials! They've broken through our defenses to the east!
What?
Our scouts say their forces are being led by Lord Xenos. Lord Heian and Commander Hext have taken their troops to provide support, but we don't know how long they can hold out.
So, they've been biding their time, waiting for his arrival, have they? Very well. Send word to our allies, requesting reinforcements for the front line. Should the worst come to the worst, I may need to enter the fray myself. But what of you? Do you still have the strength to fight? Much obliged. Given the choice, I'd take you over 100 soldiers.
Why won't they open? Please, I bid you open.
What's wrong? Is it the voice again? Are you sure you're in a fit state to do this? May Ralga grant us strength. Give 'em hell, lad. I, for my part, will defend this place to my dying breath.
Meanwhile, at the border of Alamigo. Oh, okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one's for you, Ida!
Oh no. Oh dear, I just... Oh. Damn it. I'm dead. Oh no. I really shouldn't have used that heal so soon. Oh, dead. I had a feeling that would happen. I'll do them very easy just to get it over with. Somehow I doubt doing it over
There
again.
have been several skirmishes along the border, but as yet neither side has delivered it.
We've already seen the cutscene. Let's just get to the duty. Yeah, that particular thing, the abilities are not not sure what that speed is.
Ready? This one's for you, Ida!
Here it comes!
The weave of a shinobi's power. The art of my forebears.
Oh, crap. Oh, how did... Oh my, I lived through that. I literally hit that too soon. Yeah, I don't know how I would do that on back. I mean, it's meant to be tough. You're going up against an ASEAN. Still, that's a bit much. That's a good skill set.
You get it!
Damn you!
Yukiri, please stand. Stand down.
Magic. With a Garlean body. That's hardly fair. Still, he must be stopped, no matter the cost.
Bringer of light. It has been too long.
Which ASEAN called me Bringer of Light?
No words to mark our reunion? So be it.
Yeah, I'm not remembering which.
Equilibrium must be restored. And only your death will redress the balance. I see.
Yes, I did that on very easy, but that was just to get through the first phase. Oh, come on.
Your mother chose her champion well. Yet, for all your strength, you will still fail.
Please. I beseech
Oh, not
you.
now. Come on.
Ah, someone calls to you. Too late, alas.
At last, I found you. Please, there's no cause for alarm. Though, I confess, this is not where I had intended to meet. But the place of our meeting is of no consequence, like the war you wage. Win or lose, the path you walk leads only to oblivion. The better path leads you here, to me. I have need of your strength.
Who are you? You have to send me back now. The science value knowledge, so...
I'm afraid such questions will have to wait. We have precious little time, and your work is not yet done. Go to the Crystal Tower. I have left something for you near its base. It will serve as a beacon of sorts, one which I pray will help you on your journey. All you need do is find it. I will take care of the rest. Soon, we will throw wide the gates. And the path to the first will be yours to walk at last.
What's that? Salat?
You're awake. Thank heavens.
What happened? Where's Xenos? What happened?
Do you recall the confrontation with Xenos? You were the first to come to the aid of Mistress Lys and the others on the front line. In the midst of your duel, it is said you faltered, and that the Crown Prince seized the opportunity to deliver a mortal blow. Yet before his blade could find its mark, he was distracted by the arrival of a second adversary who bore you away from the battlefield and into the hands of our chirurgeons. Lest you wonder, he left before you awoke. As is his wont.
Estinian!
Estinian never was one for emotional farewells. Though Xenos bested all before him, the battle clearly took its toll, for he retreated shortly after your rescue. Seeing this, the remaining Imperial forces decided discretion was the better part of valor and pulled back, allowing us to re-establish our position. We have since received word of renewed unrest in the provinces, doubtless inspired by the efforts of the Eorzean Alliance and our Far Eastern allies. Nor does the good news end there. We have also come into possession of intelligence suggesting unrest within the Imperial Court. This would certainly explain why both the Emperor and Lord Xenos appear to have abandoned the fight. A long-awaited ray of hope in these dark times.
Is Alize alright? What of the Scions?
yet to awake, I'm afraid. But please, concentrate on your own recovery for now. You have carried the hopes of some half-dozen nations, and we are all eternally grateful for your efforts. But no one is without their limits, not even you. Leave this fight to us, my friend. You have earned your rest. But before I forget, I was asked to deliver a message as soon as you awoke. A reminder that you are not alone, though many of your allies have fallen. When you are well and rested, you are to return home, where friends will be waiting for you. Now, if you will excuse me, I must return to the front. May we meet again soon, under happier circumstances.
Well, this is a most unexpected surprise. I thought you confined to bed. Edmond. Dad. When I heard you had collapsed on the field of battle, I confess I feared the worst, but with you standing here before me, I see now that the reports of your defeat were greatly exaggerated. Thank the Fury. As long as we have you, Master Tia, history suggests we have a fighting chance. Speaking of fighting, you may be surprised to hear that the war's effects can already be felt here in Ishgard. In anticipation of a need for reinforcements, our Torel will soon be departing for the front lines with a contingent of our finest knights. I would advise you to stay until your strength had returned, but I know it would be an exercise in futility. Indeed, I suspect you have already decided on your next destination. Dark days lie ahead, of that I have no doubt, but the light of hope shall ever guide our steps so long as we have the will to press onward. And press onward we must. Farewell, my friend. Hey, I thought I was your son. Isn't that's how Ishgardian adoptions work? You're not just you're taking on someone as a ward is adopting them into the family. I pray our next meeting will be under happier circumstances. You know that you will ever be welcome at House Fortal. Now away with you, I dare not keep you any longer. The rising stove.
12! I don't believe it! I rushed back as soon as I could. I swear, my heart nearly stopped when I heard you'd collapse like the others. What in heaven's name is going on?
What indeed? Though if I had to guess, Elidibus is in Xenos' body.
Win or lose, the path you walk leads only to oblivion. Oh, well, that's helpful. And what else did he say? The better path leads to him? If his is the voice you've all been hearing, perhaps the others are with him. Sir Emmerich said the fighting had reached a stalemate, didn't he? But if that monster masquerading as Xenos comes back... Thancred, Yestola, Urianger, Alphino, Alize. You're going to need all of them on your side to defeat him. And I forbid you from going to face him on your own, do you hear me?
He forbids me?
So if you must leave, go and find the others. Bring them home. As for where to start, you said the stranger had left a beacon for you at the Crystal Tower, right? But how are you to find it, now that the tower has been sealed shut? There has to be a way. If anyone would know, it's Sid, and the researchers of St. Coinac's find. Don't you worry, we'll find that beacon for you.
I pray you have good reason for abandoning the front.
How could I remain there while the rumor that my son is possessed by a demon spreads like a sickness here at home? I will not be made to fight for the throne a second time. But what of you? Did you not tell me you would destroy Eorzea's champion with the ease that one might swat a fly?
A minor setback. He will not escape me again. Where is your grandsire? I would have words with him.
How should I know? Do you hide from each other's sight as well? I imagine he's doing what all Ascians do.
He must have found a way to take advantage of this turmoil.
Men are not pawns to be played with, Ascian. You underestimate us at your peril. This war will not be decided by you and yours. Man must choose his own fate, and I, for my part, will do all within my power to see Garlemald emerge victorious.
Pray forgive the intrusion, Your Radiance, but the requested preparations are now complete. We stand ready to begin production of Black Rose upon your order.
Oh man. That was quite the ride. Okay, I have to speak with Zatara, but before we do, speak with the house, as per usual. Our brothers and sisters are fallen, 'tis true, but duty will not afford us time to wallow in misery. Until they are returned to us, we must work twice as hard. My brother says he will work twice as hard in the sun instead, which likely means I must work thrice as hard if I am to match his pace. In light of the present condition of the science, even Riol has returned from a field. Never has there been a need to marshal our resources. You needn't worry about the science. Akka, my sister, and I have been keeping over them in shifts ever since they arrived at the Rising Stones. If only they would give some sign of stirring. I never realized just how critical a role the Archons played in all that we do here. It won't be easy to make up for their absence. Oh, there's Real. Everyone labors tirelessly to fulfill the Science duties in their absence, and yet I sometimes wonder what worth yet remains in these old bones of mine. Grandfather doubts his ability to contribute to the science, and try as I might, I cannot assuage his doubts. Would that Homie was here, he would know what to say. I thought things couldn't get any worse when the Garlands, when the Garlands were gearing up for war. Then word reached me that the Scions were in trouble. We need to find that beacon and find it quick. I am afraid there is still no change in the Science condition. That the means to awake them from their slumber yet eludes us. I pray this beacon at the Crystal Tower may guide us to an answer. I knew you'd be alright, and to celebrate your return, I made you this, a brand new traveling outfit. Oh, I do hope it fits. Ahem. But now is not the time to fuss over your measurements. I must go and speak with the researchers of St. Carnax's Find. You go and rest a while and track down that beacon. While we track down that beacon. Oh, new level 1 guard. New glam. Always nice. Oh, man. Oh, so Elidibus is in Xenos' body and here's Xenos. Yep, there he is.
My enemy. My friend. Had I been but a step faster.
Bloody savages!
A pity your hunt leads you elsewhere. Not that I am surprised. May you find joy in it. Grow stronger, more savage, and savor every triumph.
But what will you do?
In the meantime, I will reclaim that which is rightfully mine.
In the midst of a requiem of heroes, a voice rings out from across time and space. In fields of tranquil light, sow you seeds of darkness. Ooh. Well, that is it for pre-patch. When next we resume the stream, we will begin Shadowbringers. The question is, will I do it as a Dark Knight or will I continue as a Black Mage? I mean, I've been doing Black Mage for the longest time. I probably should continue. But I am kind of curious about changing up jobs. I mean, like, yes, keep my Black Mage up for anything like a trial or something like that, or any, but yeah, I'll make that decision. Let me know in chat or in comments, if I should, change jobs to, say, Dark Knight or something like that for the next, expansion. In the meantime, if you liked what you saw at any point, like, share, subscribe on YouTube, give me a follow on Twitch, hit the notification bells, and I will see you anon.